Hello everybody. So I guess it's about time to put out another video again. I got back from my trip 1 week ago today. Actually, yeah, I'd be on the road coming back from the ski hill right now. How was the trip? That's what I'll start out with. To be honest, the trip itself was it was good, but it was not what I thought it'd be. I think what most of us will say from the kids in our district is that the trip was more about bonding with each other and having fun than actually seeing Turkey, because the way it worked out, other than mosques and ancient cities, we saw about three different other monuments. The first 3 or 4 days we visited probably 10 mosques, and then after that we would hit 2 or 3 ancient cities every day. So the first few things, the first 3-4 ancient cities, the first ones we visited were Troy, which was also kind of disappointing because you're waiting for something from the movie, and it wasn't that, but I liked it. It was probably my second or third favorite. My first favorite, my most favorite, was definitely FS, and that was within the first 2 or 3 days too. It's also the biggest one. I'm not sure if it's the biggest in Turkey or not, but it's big. Actually, no. Yeah, I would say FS first, and then the Puma Calais one, even though we didn't go inside it because it was under restoration. I got another little side story from that I'll talk about in a few minutes. So yes, we bonded a lot, and we had a lot of fun and a lot of crazy, just awesome, normal fun times. And I think you could say our theme song for that trip, no, not theme song, that sounds bad. I don't know what you call it, but I Just Had Sex by Akon and Lonely Island. Every time that song came on things just got pretty crazy and loud, but it was quite swell. Yeah, so we visited, the first 3-4 ancient cities, awesome. But by the time our trip was 13 days or something, by the time it was our 11th, 12th day of just ancient cities, there wasn't a whole lot of motivation going on. But it was very beautiful. We went everybody met in Ankara, and then we went to Eskişehir and Bursa, and then Istanbul and Çanakkale, where Troy is, and that's on the Aragon Sea? I don't know how you pronounce it right. And then we went down to no, that was a little after. We went to Efes, and then Izmir, and Puma Calais was somewhere in there. If you look at my pictures, it's just a whole bunch of white mineral, like ponds, and then it drops in ponds and drops, and it's just all natural awesomeness, I guess. And then we continued on down, and the Mediterranean Sea, I think the picture right now is with the Mediterranean Sea. Yeah, and so we visited Antalya, and then went back up a little bit to Konya, which was quite cold. And Konya is a very religious city, very, very Islamic, I believe, and they're not too welcome to foreigners. Some of the Brazilian girls that were walking were yelled at to go back to their country and stuff. They're just, yeah, there's nothing going on after 8 or 9 o'clock. Although one night we did go to just a little cafe with some, when the Rotarians joined us, we went all together to the cafe, and me and Steve and the other Canadian really wanted McDonald's because we were hungry, because the meals that day were really bad. And we wanted to go before the cafe, and they told us no. And when we were coming out of the cafe after our tea and stuff, we went to back to the McDonald's, which was just a few places down, and the manager was just at the door closing the key. I'm like, no, we want McDonald's. And then the few of us that were there started please, please, and then our whole group joined in, and they opened the McDonald's for us again after 3 minutes of begging. And you could tell the employees now probably hate exchange students because they were already done clean up and everything. And we made them open up again, so then they have to, after everybody got chicken and stuff, they had to do their cleanup again, and that was at midnight, I believe. And then that walk home that night was very cold. But the side story to my second most favorite ancient place was the new movie Ghost Rider 2. Even though I thought it was a crappy movie, I don't like the fakeness of it and stuff. The pointy mountain places, as you can see in my pictures from, we went there over Christmas in December. That is a place called Cappadocia, and that's where I went for we went for the balloon ride, where we almost died, and it was awesome. But yeah, there's some of the movie filmed in there with all the pointy rocks and stuff. And then the big theater where they're actually doing the ceremony and stuff, I actually have, can you see that right there? It's almost healed now, but Pumakale, where the white mineral water ponds were, behind that there's an ancient city, and or just a theater, sorry. That was the theater that they used in the movie. And it was so cool because we were there 2 weeks before I saw the movie, and it was under restoration. That's the only one we didn't actually go into and sit on. We could just see it from the outside, but that was from trying to climb just a little rock there, so we could see into it. And so yeah, that was the only reason I liked that movie, is because I'd just been there in the last 2.5 months to both places. What else? So, I don't know how many of you knew, but my mother was planning on coming. But Rotary in Turkey, if you go to Europe and stuff, Rotary encourages you to travel and see everywhere for the most part. I have one friend in Austria where her club bought her a bus pass and told her to go see places, where here our Rotary's really strict to travel. They say it's dangerous, which I guess they know more than I do, but I haven't seen it that dangerous so far. So yeah, my mother is not coming. We are planning to do a future trip together once I come home instead next year. Yeah. Some of the kids want to travel in just our district, and for that we need 2 permission slips from our club and our country councilor here, and then one from our president in Canada, and then one from our club counselor, and one from our parents. And if we're going to stay at somebody's houses in another town or something, we need a permission slip from them, or a signed paper saying that you can stay. And you can't travel alone, and if there's 2 students, there needs to be a Rotarian. So yeah, it just makes it really, really hard to travel, and you can't miss school. So most of us are trying to think of to start a travel plan, because we're only allowed to travel after 6 months, to somebody else's house, and today is actually my 6 months in Turkey. It's the 25th today. I guess not 6 months in Turkey, I left 6 months ago, so tomorrow would be my 6 months in Turkey. So yeah, I think I'm gonna try and do an Antalya trip, maybe at the end of March or April, and then maybe an Ankara trip or something. I don't know, but I'm gonna stop this video because if I go over 10 minutes, then I need to cut it in half and redo the second half. So part 2 is coming.